If you have been in the real estate agent business for anything more than like 12 minutes, you've probably seen a lot of real estate agents are just plain dumb. Maybe they suck at communicating with you as a cross agent. Maybe they're mean. Maybe they don't fill out the contract correctly and you have to kind of coach them through it. Maybe they don't do the basics such as closing the back door after they're done viewing a property. Shit, maybe you even worked with a real estate agent like that before you got licensed. I've heard a lot of these stories. This video is not to rag on dumb agents. It's to show you that if you've ever thought about why this one particular dumb agent is making more money than you and closing on more deals than you are, when you are more intelligent and more emotionally intelligent as well, this video is going to cover exactly why. The science behind why dumb agents are making more money than you. And as always on my videos, I'm keeping it as tactical as possible and assigning you homework today. So hopefully you're not just chilling, eating a Five Guys burger and having your greasy fingers on the typeboard. Wipe off your greasy fingers, take some notes because class is in session. The first reason why dumb agents are making more money than you is because of the Dunning-Kruger effect. They don't know what they don't know. When someone gets into something new and they don't yet know that they're not skilled, they think that they are skilled. Take drivers, for example. People self-report as having better driving skills than that of their neighbor, when in reality, not everyone is actually a good driver. However, some people think that they are. They don't know that they suck. And that's what dumb agents are doing. They just don't know better. Should they know better? Yeah, of course, but that's not the point of this video. Okay. The point of this video is why are they making more than you and how can you make more than them? I will teach you this. Some real estate agents don't even update their clients, whether it's buyer clients or seller clients, as far as what the property feedback has been like, what properties are out there, what the inspections came back like, some basic stuff. Agency. I even had a conversation the other day with an agent who didn't understand agency from another brokerage. But I was like, you should not be placing all of these offers if you haven't whatever, not the point of this video. Or when offers come in as a listing agent, they aren't explaining the thorough breakdown of how much their net is going to be. They just go with the flow. And guess what? On the flip side, the overanalyzer, the thinker, they end up underrating themselves. People who are skilled think everyone knows this. So it ends up being that the dumb agents think that there is no gap between their skill set and what it should be. Meanwhile, those that overthink, aka probably you for watching this right now, think that their skill is down here and that they should be up here. So they focus on the gap that's missing, that they know they don't know. Meanwhile, the other crew doesn't know what they don't know. They're like, okay, well, let's just do it. The background of the Dunning-Kruger name is that in 1995, there was a guy that robbed not one bank, but two banks without a mask. He put lemon juice on his face because he heard that lemon juice would make your face invisible, that the cameras wouldn't be able to pick up your face if you have lemon juice on it. And it's reported that when he was arrested, he was found saying, yeah, but I put lemon juice on my face. Like, talk about dumb. This was in the 90s. It wasn't that long ago. I might say so myself. That dude's name was MacArthur Wheeler. Then later on, when psychologist David Dunning analyzed this, if the subject was mistaken about cameras, he was probably too unskilled to realize he was unskilled. So focusing on the overanalyzer, the thinker, the person who's probably you right now, you may be missing out on opportunities that other agents, the dumb ones, are saying yes to because they don't overthink, they don't analyze, they don't get stuck. They're just like, okay, sure, I can do it because I'm skilled. Have that confidence of a dumb agent, because sometimes making the wrong choice is better than not making a choice at all. So think about, this is part of your homework. Think about what have you been saying no to? What have you been delaying? What have you been putting aside and making a decision on, let alone starting action that you can start today? Not decide to do today, start today. For example, making YouTube videos. Just yesterday, I posted a short and it got 19,000 views views in one day. Am I promising that you can do the same on your first short? Absolutely not. What I'm saying is I have posted over 400 videos, well over that actually. I'm probably closer to like 800 videos. And now I've finally gotten to the point where one video has proven to get some views. Had I waited until I knew everything there is to know about YouTube, I would have never fucking started. And this goes against my innate behavior. My initial reaction is to always research as much as I can. Remember, if you've watched my other videos, I interviewed 13 different brokerages before I decided on the one that I've been with that I don't see myself leaving ever, Exp Realty. 13 different brokerages, big, small, local to me, not, tech heavy, old people heavy, like dude, everything in between, because I wanted to make sure I was making the right decision the first time. And I did. I made the right decision the first time. I closed 24 homes my first year when I was still part-time in active duty Air Force. Since then, I've been an agent for less than 4 years now. I've closed over 150 homes. I've made almost $1 million in GCI, and I teach other real estate agents how to do the same using checklists and scripts and templates, but they have to take action. I literally give them my Excel sheet of 370 videos that I'm doing in 2025, so that way we're doing it together. In fact, they could even find the videos that I haven't done yet and do it before me. I share everything with them. It's up to them to take the action. And keeping on with this YouTube example, a lot of people will think, well, I don't know what to say. So then that is their excuse for not starting a script. And then they think, well, I don't have enough data or research, points yet to talk about. I don't know the population. First of all, nobody gives a fuck about the population. They want to know you. They want to know your personality. What do you like? What is working with Sally going to be like when she represents me as a buyer as I'm relocating from Japan to Tucson, Arizona? They want to feel like they are in good hands. So show them that they are. The longer you wait and analyze and wait for the perfect video to post or the perfect script or the perfect phone number for the perfect lead for you to cold call, that dumb agent has been calling them and has likely already started a relationship with them. Make the damn video. If it makes you feel better, if you don't feel confident, take this as hopefully a way to give you a little pep in your step in a nice way. You likely have a lot of skill. And because you have a lot of skill, you think, wrongly, that other people also have just as much skill. And because that your neighbor, the dumb agent, is taking the action, they must know something that you don't yet. So let's learn. No, this is what I'm telling you. Stop learning, make a video, or do whatever it is that scares you. Cold call, do the door knock, do the freaking open houses. Those are great for business. If you're watching this and you are in my EXP organization, my EXP downline, schedule the one-on-one with me if you need this, wake up call, little pep in your step. You have the link. Please don't share with anybody else. You have the link. I'm here for you. Reason number 2 is pretty similar, but still different at the same time. Dumb agents take action. They take messy action. They do it now. They build the parachute along the way. Is that how the phrase goes? I'm terrible with idioms. The skilled agent, the ones that are still tiptoeing and walking on eggshells, they take perfect inaction, meaning they don't take action because they're waiting for it to be perfect. Stop. You are letting clients go. If people don't know who you are, they're never gonna work with you. So homework, eliminate distractions. What are you saying yes to that is a waste of your time, that is not actually making you money directly? Are you building another spreadsheet for you to feel good about analyzing data? Unless you have too many clients to handle where you don't know where the leads are coming from, stop. That is a 1 year from now task. Put it in your calendar to do 1 year from now. Take it out of your brain and put it on paper or electronic. Don't do that right now. If you're not yet at the level where you have so many clients that you are overwhelmed, the only thing you should be focusing on is getting more clients, talking to clients, or doing the lead gen like this, like YouTube, that works for you to get clients booked in your sleep. You will wake up, if you do YouTube, you will wake up to Calendly messages saying, Ashley, set up a buyer discovery call with you tomorrow at 3 p.m. There is no better feeling than that. Well, you know what I mean. There are, I guess. Have you ever had a chocolate milkshake? Like, my God. Okay, anyway, stuff that you may be saying, here are some red flags. In case you don't yet think this is you, here are some red flags that may trigger some parts of your brain and be like, oh, I am doing that. So maybe I do fall under this category. Number 1, are you doing your own laundry? That is not giving you any clients. Hire somebody to come over and do your laundry or subscribe to a wash, dry, fold service. Are you cleaning the house? / how many hours does that take you a week? During that time, can you prospect more and get more clients? The answer is yes. That was as a hypothetical. Red flag number 3 is, do you tell yourself that, well, I work better face-to-face, so I'm gonna wait for the next networking opportunity? Stop. Everyone works better face-to-face, unless you smell. Don't use that. That is an excuse that you're telling yourself. Well, I work better face-to-face, so I'm gonna wait until next Thursday or the third Thursday of every month when this one networking thing meets up, and that's when I'll talk to people. What? Like, you're gonna rely on that to talk to people? The third reason why dumb agents are making more money than you is because you haven't yet thought about this question. What is the one thing that if you had, life would not be challenging or stressful? I'll repeat that. What is the one thing that if you had that one thing, business wouldn't be nearly as challenging or stressful? A lot of times it's leads. If we're zooming out, it ends up either being one of two categories: getting leads or servicing the leads. If what stresses you out right now is the fact that you don't have enough leads, then go back to step number 2 and eliminate all of the distractions of what you're doing. Hire somebody else out to do that. For more experienced agents where you're like, oh my gosh, I'm letting clients go. I'm forgetting to get back to clients. I'm so overwhelmed. I have too many clients to handle. I can't service them all. Then it's systems. But truly think about this, because I don't want to put words in your mouth. I'm just trying to give you some ideas. But what is the one thing that if you had that taken care of, the rest of your business puzzle will fall more into place? I help real estate agents on both sides of this coin, I guess. You know, if they need more leads, I help them get leads through Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And once they get their own leads and know how to fish for themselves, which is my whole motto, I never want you to rely on anybody else for your own business. I will teach you how to make your own business. So once you have leads, then the next step, which I also provide you, well, for those that join me at EXP and name me or someone in my community as a sponsor, I then provide them the checklist. So once you have a buyer, here's the ultimate buyer checklist from start to finish, even from how to find the buyer, what questions to ask them, how to service them, how to walk through properties with them, what the paperwork is, how to go through the inspection period, the appraisal period, and following up with them so that way you get a 5-star review every single time. Same exact thing for sellers when you are a listing agent. Same thing for outbound referrals if you know someone moving to a different city and state that you don't work, but you can get 30% of that agent's commission by giving them a lead. And don't take my word for it. Tommy out of California is on his way to close $45,000 in GCI in his first 3 months as a real estate agent. Amanda Freeman out of Sacramento ended up switching brokerages. She joined us. She left a formal team, joined us. We're not a team. There's no team splits. I'm against that. And she's on her way to doubling her income. And here's the kicker, while working half of the hours that she worked all of last year. So now she has more time to spend with her kids, which is what her goal is. Liz Davis out of New York City was a teacher and she just quit her teaching job. Finally, she's like jumping for joy because being a teacher was getting in the way of her making more money as a real estate agent. Being a real estate agent was doing so well for her that she was like, I'm ready for the summer. I'm gonna quit my job. And now she's all in working with investors, crushing it. She has like 5 pending right now, all well over $1 million. Rachel joined us and within 10 days, she already had 2 outbound referrals, 1 inbound referral, and then she got her first internet lead on her own from a stranger on Instagram. So there are agents that are doing YouTube and just overall crushing it in my community. And they're like, Allie, thank you so much. I'm like, dude, I just gave you the systems. You did the work. That is more than what I provided you. Like, I am so pumped for them because they're the ones that take action and that makes me feel so good. You know, like being able to take an agent that maybe is struggling right now, or maybe you've been coasting, but you just aren't doing as much as you want. You aren't making as much GCI as you want. You aren't closing as many homes as you want, or maybe you're not taking as much vacation as you had hoped for as you're, now a business owner. Let me help you. Your last piece of homework, because you know that I keep my bonuses, my good shit to the very end. So as a thank you for watching this, think about this. Out of all of your closings in the last year and going back to when you first got licensed, what is the number 1 lead gen source that it came from? Was it Zillow? Was it your team leader? Was it a specific person in your sphere? Was it a specific networking group, YouTube, Instagram, whatever it is? Think about this. What is stopping you from doing 10 times more of that? If the majority of your leads have come from cold calling, How can you 10x that? For example, if you're, just picking up your phone and dialing one number at a time, can you get a 7-line dialer, a triple line dialer? Can you hire a virtual assistant out in Mexico or something like that to cold call for you? Can you hire somebody to qualify people before they get to you? So that way you're only working with the cream of the crop, those that can actually, are ready to buy or sell. What is keeping you from doing 10 times more of what's already working for you? 10 times more is very different from doing 2 times more. I've spoken about this before in my previous videos about how the book 10x is easier than 2x, because with 2x, it's just more grunt work. It's just doubling the amount of open houses that you're doing. It takes more time. But with a 10x shift, something fundamental in your business has to change. You cannot just work more hours into doing 10x more business, unless you're barely working right now. Something big would need to change. And that's exactly what I'm here to help you with. If you want to switch brokerages, because now is the time you realize that you're stuck, you've been stuck, or maybe you're decreasing your commissions, or your broker chooses favorites and you're not one of them. If you feel stuck, this is everything of what I offer. I have a 200K GCI Playbook, and it's something like 30 plus pages of exactly how I made $200,000. Am I promising that you're gonna make that? No, I don't know who you are. I don't know your work ethic, but it helped me. And that's how I started making 200K a year out the gate. That's how I have made top 1.5% of my brokerage for the last couple of years, closing around 40 deals a year. Every year, no one's feeding me leads. I find my own. I want to help you do the same thing. There are so many agents struggling right now, and I'm like, it doesn't have to be that way. Here's the next step. If you want to switch brokerages, don't name me as a sponsor, okay? Name my wife as your sponsor. She'll be your primary sponsor. The link is in the description below. What's going to happen next is after you name Brittany Manio as your primary sponsor, if you're already fully licensed, the next business day, I should see you in an email and in my organization. Once I see you in my organization in our EXP dashboard, I will reach out to you. That's where we're going to start our first one-on-one. I'm going to ask you exactly what your goal is, whether it's income focused or investing focused, whatever your goal is, I want to know because I want to help you get there. Because EXP is so massive, so helpful, but you can easily get lost if you aren't clear on what you want and don't tell other people what your goal is, because otherwise no one can help you if no one knows what your goal is. So we're going to cover that in our first call. I'm going to plug you into all of my resources that I mentioned before. All of it's in my Google Drive. You're going to have instant access to that as soon as I see you on my dashboard. I'm going to give you access to my private YouTube series that's specifically for onboarding with EXP. You'll also be reached out to by a couple of people. Ruben Garcia is going to be one of the first to reach out to you. He is a productivity coach that comes to you for free. He used to be the CEO of a Keller Williams office in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Now he's with EXP, of course. And so he will coach you for free. But first, he has homework assignments for you. They're going to make you feel uncomfortable, but if you do it and then you report back, he's going to give you more and more homework. That's exactly what helped me close 24 deals my first year as a brand new agent across the world. I was in Arizona and he was in North Carolina. I didn't have anybody near me in Arizona. You don't need anybody near you. Next, his sponsor, Micah Mruat, has an assistant. Her name is Paige. She's going to onboard you to everything of what she offers. And we have daily onboarding, daily, I said that, well, Monday through Friday. So you're going to have a personal touch, someone to ask questions to about, is this where I click to get this part? How do I see my commissions? Where do I see my dashboard? Stuff like that. That'll all be answered by Paige. And once you finish my private YouTube series for onboarding, it's a video series of about 13 videos as of right now, and not just watch it, but once you've done it, that's when you and I will meet again and talk more specifically about who exactly do you want to work with: buyers, sellers, investors, attraction, because revenue share pays very well, pays more than all my rental properties combined. And I've been investing for the last 9 years. And I want to help you do the same. Whatever your goal is, I'm here for it. If you want to meet every 2 weeks, you and I will meet every 2 weeks. I assign homework though, so before the homework is done, we won't meet again. But if you want to do it once a month, I'll assign you even more homework that'll take you through the month. I'm here to help you succeed, because when you close, I make money. That's how revenue share works at EXP. That's how, actually, every brokerage works. Except a lot of the other brokerages only pay the broker owner. This time you get me, and I'm getting a small percent that doesn't even come out of your pocket. Therefore, everyone in your upline is financially incentivized to see you succeed. That's revenue share. Once you're ready, apply with the link below. It'll take you about 20 minutes or so. Then we'll onboard you to our weekly calls and welcome you to the community. Love ya.